It sees its fair share of leaders, but this one is different.
And we're not just saying that because you're the new guy in town. Commanding 3 Corps, and in a sense, Fort Hood is a family business for Lieutenant General Paul Funk. He's a man that everyone wants to work beside. Lieutenant General Paul Funk loves what he does.
General Bob Cohn was, we lost him this year. 55 years. I've been in the Army my whole life. I was born into the Army at Fort Hood, Texas. I have served here 4 or 5 times. I don't know anything else but the Army.
He's lived here several times. He even got married here. His wife used to teach in Killeen schools and now owns a yoga studio. His kids graduated here, and so being back in Central Texas is tremendous for him.
Central Texas is my home, so I'm immensely proud of it.
Perched above post in his top floor office of the 3 Corps building, he and his team are making decisions affecting nearly 100,000 soldiers as part of the Corps around the globe. Their upcoming deployment to Afghanistan will be his 6th and will work with 60 nations in a joint combined staff in this latest fight against ISIS.
We're more than ready for these guys.
Every time they change out, each commanding general has their own cause that they bring to the table. For Paul Funk, it's personal responsibility. It has to start with each soldier personally.
They ought to be held to a higher standard. We hold each other to a higher standard because we're the most respected profession in our country and the greatest country in the world. So, yeah, consequently, the American people expect more from their soldiers, and we need to deliver that.
And delivering more than they need to, he says, are military spouses and families.
We don't thank them enough.
He knows the toll deployments take.
Just take my youngest, for example. I've missed 5 years of his life because I've been deployed somewhere.
That's something he keeps close to his heart, knowing so many families are making their situations work so well during and after deployments.
There's nothing like this in the world.
But coming home is one of the best feelings in the world, he says. The general even finds himself showing up at welcome home ceremonies from time to time out of appreciation.
I'm tremendously proud of him.
Funk knows heroes. He keeps this poster of Matt Lammers in his office for a reason.
This picture was taken at the Warrior Games.
Lammers is a triple amputee. He reminds Funk that anyone can overcome just about anything. Lammers swims several times a day, several miles a day. He even competed in the Warrior Games at West Point. And there's no substitute for camaraderie, so on that day when they met, the general gave Matt that feeling of camaraderie again by giving him the patch from his shoulder.
All he wanted to do was get back to his squad.
Have the camaraderie.
That's all he wanted to do.
And he celebrates as many soldiers as he can. As far as non-military heroes go,
this is my 50th birthday, and that's Toby Keith.
Along the picture-filled walls are nothing but memories. But take a look at this picture. General Funk in the middle during Desert Storm. On the left is his dad. On the right is his father-in-law. The picture was taken by a then Major Dempsey, who grew up to basically be a nobody, just the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. So while leading the largest Army installation in the country, Funk likes to keep things simple. He loves Texas. He loves his truck. Nothing fancy.
My wife bought it for me in 2006, as a matter of fact. I still drive it. It's a Dodge Ram pickup truck that I've driven now for 10 years. It doesn't have 100,000 miles on it yet because I've been deployed so much. But it's a bright red pickup truck that's sitting downstairs.
But what about after Fort Hood? Do you have any political aspirations or
No.
anything you want to get to D.C. for?
No.
Final answer?
Final answer.
We'll see about that. I bet he never thought he would command the same unit his dad did. His father, Lieutenant General Paul Butch Funk, commanded 3 Corps back in the 90s. Talk about full circle. Feel like you have a lot to live up to?
I think I've owned up to this. I think my dad and my father-in-law, who's not with us anymore, would say, I've earned my keep. While I never aspired to this, I never thought I'd get this far, it is just an honor to be leading this great organization with a tremendous amount of leaders down there with us in the trenches supporting us all along the way.
General Funk is quite a fascinating guy, and what really makes him tick is pretty neat. I did ask him, though, as I ask all of my interviews, what would you be doing if you weren't doing this? And he said he would like to be in college sports PR. He would love to be at the university level, and sports, his love for sports is undeniable. It was a very great interview, so we thank him for his time. You can, of course, go to kcentv.com for more.
That's awesome. Still ahead on Channel 6 News.